Salam, yogis and yoginis. Hello and welcome back. Today I am meeting from a different spot. I came to the park in the city, and I'm going to be doing this emission because we have lovely sun. But I'm testing to do the mission with these earphones, and I'm not sure how the audio is going to be. I'm sure you will let me know. But and also, I'm also streaming at a different time than usual. That is usual. And these weeks are a little bit difficult for me. I have a lot of things going on, and sometimes the missions cannot be exactly the same time as usual. Today we are going to be doing this Darshan mantra meditation I'm going to propose. And this is something I was talking about it this last weekend. I was teaching in Torino, in Italy, and we were doing a weekend on mantras. And I thought, we haven't talked about this way of meditation in the regular channel, and I thought it would be great to share it with you. So that's why I thought it would be a good idea to do this. So this darshan is a vision, is to be, to view, to see. And mantra chanting, there's many ways of meditating with mantra. You can meditate in silence, you can meditate chanting aloud, but this particular meditation is about visualizing the mantra. So it's a very interesting thing because we don't often use the mind when we are chanting. We very often just chant the repetitive mantra, and the mind kind of gets hypnotized by the rhythm and the frequency of the sounds. And so the mantra gets locked onto that. And so you can go into a focus point of consciousness and meditate. But in this case, we're going to be visualizing it, which is something that the mind loves to do. Like the mind likes to meditate. The mind likes to visualize things and fantasize, imagine things. And uh, if we give the mind something to visualize, particularly something specific, there is a way to capture the attention of the mind with that visualization. And Darshan mantra, there's many ways to do this. Basically, it just means visualization of the mantra, but it can be done in a number of different ways. And so I will explain maybe a couple of those versions. But again, this is a new system to record with the earphones. If you are online right now, please let me know in the chat if it's working well, the audio. I would appreciate that so that I know that it's being properly received. So you can choose any mantra you wish to visualize, and for one particular type of meditation, it doesn't matter whether the mantra is long or short. And then I will indicate the other version, and for that one, the size of the mantra is gonna matter. But for the first one, for example, let's say you pick up the mantra Satnam or Satanama, yeah, Satnam. And even within the instructions of some specific meditations like Kirtan Kriya, you are visualizing the sound, and sometimes you visualize it like it's coming through the crown of your head and then going inside the middle of your head, and you are projecting it forward. So that's something that is often done during the chanting of Kirtan Kriya. In Kirtan Kriya, Darshan mantra is kind of like that, but you can apply it in many ways. One of the ways that I will suggest now is that you could see the the syllable that you want to project, the sound of the mantra that you want to project, and then you project it through the third eye forward, and you can imagine it. Let's say the mantra is Satnam, so you see Sat, and then you see it in the screen of your head, yeah, in your forehead, like a screen, like a cinema screen, and you see the word Sat, and then you project it through the third eye forward, and you project it forward like up to infinity, yeah, going on to infinity. And then you see Nam, and you send it to infinity. And then you see Sat again, and you have to see it. If you don't see it, you wait until it comes, yeah? You see Sat, and then you can project it backwards to infinity. And Nam, and you project it backwards. Yeah, so through the back of your head. You are doing this with the eyes closed so that you can properly visualize. And at some point, your whole body will disappear because you are just visualizing the different sounds. So sad projecting forward, numb projecting forward, sad projecting backwards, numb projecting backwards. Then you go to the left side, and then from the middle of your head, sad, you see it, and then you imagine it like a point of light that is going out to the left towards infinity. Numb, the same, sad to the center of your head, to the right to infinity, numb to infinity, and then you go up, sad up vertically to infinity, numb, and then sat down and numb. So let's try this for a few minutes. So I will just guide you. And in this case, in this exercise, you are gonna forget about the breath. Don't even have to care about the breath. But if you wished, you could synchronize it. And then with the sat, you are concentrating the sound, and then you are projecting it on the exhale. Yeah, you're inhaling and you're concentrated sat, and on the exhale, you project the sound with the breath out forward towards infinity. So if you wish, we can do this with the breath. Let's try that. You close your eyes and visualize within your head, the mental space, you visualize the particle sat, and you inhale it, you feel the vibration of it. And with the exhale, you project the sat forward, long line forward, like a laser light going forward to infinity. And the same with Nam. You inhale the Nam and you project it. Inhale again the Sat and you project backwards to the back of your head. And the same with the Nam. Inhaling Nam and you project through the back of the head. And continue this process, inhaling the sound deep in your head, and to the left, then to the right, then up and down, and keep going around yourself in all directions. Make sure you visualize the sound. You have to see the syllable. Sometimes the mind doesn't want to produce the image of the letters. You have to wait until it comes. You have to visualize how the letters travel the distance. Yeah, they go out of yourself and they go in a straight line, far, far, far away from you until you cannot see them anymore. It's just a dot of light. like a focused laser of light going into infinity. You finish going down, you go forward again and back, left and right, top and down, and continue. There will be a moment when your body ceases to exist, or you kind of stop feeling like you have a physical body and you are just one dot, one point of consciousness radiating, vibrating, satnam in all the directions. Every sound you project is like a comet in the sky. It leaves a tail, like the tail of a comet. You can see the rest of the light after passing by. After going around a few times in all directions, you can let the sound choose where it wants to go. It doesn't have to be exactly up or exactly to the right. In any angle it wants to go, you can just let it go and start letting the vibration expand in all directions. Just send the sat and the nam together, so in the same direction every time you project. Take the breath. Make the breath really long. And sometimes it may feel a bit weird. There may be some angles, and particularly going down and going back, maybe some weird feeling, some strange sensation, and let the vibration do what it has to do. And somehow the uneasiness will soften and it will become easy as well. You may feel some tension that relaxes. You are a point of light, a point of consciousness floating in the universe, vibrating Satnam in all directions. Now, in a few moments, we will stop the meditation. But before we do that, this feeling of expansion that you have right now in all directions, whenever we close the meditation, don't try not to try not to lose that sense of expansion. Even after opening your eyes, whenever you will open them, try to hold on to that feeling that you are expanding in this universe. Inhale deep and exhale. And you can open your eyes. All right. So that was the first meditation I wanted to share with you. I hope it was a good experience. There's a number of good benefits with this meditation. One of them is that the mind is engaged, as I was mentioning before, and therefore it's focused. And generally, that is not so distracted with other things. Another thing is that you are expanding yourself. The consciousness expands because when you project a sound towards the infinite, is a way to ask your sensitivity to also expand in that direction. And so you feel yourself kind of growing, kind of. Then there is, as you project in all directions, there is this sense of bubble around you, particularly it's like your aura. And through this meditation, you can get quite sensitive in your aura in a way that, let's say, after doing this, you go and talk to somebody, and somebody having some issue. As you go and talk to them, you may feel like some part of your aura may feel like a tension or like a resistance or that weird feeling that you may have felt when you were projecting the sound in some areas, particularly the back or the lower regions. That's the most common areas where the feeling becomes a bit strange. So as you are speaking to somebody and you feel that in your own aura, you can allow the feeling in that aura, allow the sensation of tension or resistance, and somehow it will dissipate and will disappear. And that may have an effect on the other person. You don't do it for them. Yeah, you do it in your relationship to them. You're not trying to do anything to them, but in your own aura, you can feel it and you can allow it. Um, Again, I'm using new way of recording with these earpods. So if anybody's online and you would like to let me know how they are working, are you hearing me well? Is my the sound and my mouth moving at the same time, or is there some delay? I hope it's not, but you will let me know. Then there is another effect as well, because you are setting up this bubble effect with your aura, and you are vibrating a mantra and projecting it. Whatever mantra you choose, then you are impregnating your aura with that mantra. So if you choose to vibrate mantra for protection, for example, then you are gonna feel that you are surrounded by a layer of protection, like a protective shield around you in all directions. If you chant a mantra for um, I don't know, prosperity and opportunities, yeah, you are going to be calling to that. So your aura is there to pick up possibilities and uh, different circumstances that could be beneficial to you and you maybe otherwise wouldn't have noticed. So you will be more sensitive to picking those up and to recognizing as they are, that there are opportunities. If you doing a mantra for blessing, then you will feel blessed and so on. So you can choose the mantra according to that. All right, so that was one of the versions of Darshan mantra. Darshan mantra is just visualizing again. You could just be visualizing the sounds in your head, and that's it. There is another way to utilize it. There's different ways. I'm gonna share to you with you today another version, and this one is very strongly linked to the breath, and is linked to mastery of your mind, to master the what is going on through your mind and to keep it in focus. So the idea is that rather than using Satnam, which is a very short and simple mantra, we're going to choose now a longer, a bit more complicated one. Now, I will choose today to focus on the Mul mantra because it's one that I love and one that I've been exploring a lot in this channel. There's plenty of videos on it. I think many of you are familiar with it. If you wanted to use a different one, you could. You could use, for example, the Gayatri mantra if you wish, or something simpler, maybe some Ashtanga mantra, for example. If you make it shorter, it will be easier, the meditation. If you make it longer, it will be harder. And I will explain why. So the Mul mantra is a mantra that I often like to recite within me when I am just sitting still or when I am walking placidly, calmly through the city. And then in that case, if I'm walking, I will just be doing, as I'm inhaling, I will be reciting Ekonkar, Satnam, Kartapurak, Nirbhav, Nirvaira, Kalmurat, Ajuni. And as I'm exhaling, Saivam, Guru Prasad, Japat, Sat Jugat, Sat Hevi, Sat Nanahasibi Sat. And I link it to the breath. Now, If I'm sitting still, um, I can probably just inhale the Mul mantra and then exhale the Mul mantra. You can also do it even with holding. Inhale one Mul mantra, hold the Mul mantra, exhale a Mul mantra. And you can use this as a form of meditation. In fact, there is one meditation like this in which you are inhaling, holding, and exhaling a mantra. But you can just do it to be, very calm and relaxed. You can be like right now, I'm in a beautiful park. I have wonderful views. Maybe I can show you. Yeah, this is the views that I have. I could put the camera so that you saw it, but then the sun would be in front of you, and maybe it would not be so good for the image. So I sit in a place like this. I have wonderful views, and maybe I don't want to do like a formal meditation, let's say. I just want to be breathing with the Mul mantra and just being here with the nature. So that's a very nice way to meditate on the Mul mantra. That's not Darshan mantra yet. That's just repeating the Mul mantra. Now, the how to bring the Darshan mantra in this concept is when you are inhaling and you are repeating the mantra, you have to visualize every sound that you are repeating. So it's not enough with knowing that the mantra is Ekonkar Sadnam Kartapurak, yeah, but you actually have to visualize the symbols and the letters in your head. So I close my eyes, and as I am inhaling, I will see the Ekonkar, which is just one symbol, which is easy to see. And then I will see Satnam. And you can see Satnam as one word, or you can just see Sat and then Nam, Karta, Purak, Nirbho, Nirver. Yeah, and as you are seeing every syllable, every phrase, sorry, as you are saying every word and trying to sing them and speak at the same time, and my mind cannot do two things at the same time. As I am seeing every word, I am inhaling, right? And you keep inhaling up to, let's say, Ajuni, and then you start exhaling from Seibang all the way out, Satjugat, Sat. So you see Ad, Sat, Jugat, Sat, and you have to visualize it in the forehead. You don't have to project it to infinity in this case. It's just to visualize it, and just as soon as you see it, you see the next word, and you see the next word, and you see the next word, and you keep inhaling, and you go on exhaling. Now, here's the tricky part. If you don't see it, because the mind sometimes will obey very easily, and sometimes it will not want to obey. You maybe see Sat Nam very clearly, and then when it comes to Karta Purak, you just don't see it. And then you have to wait. The key is to be not keep inhaling, just stay there, yeah, or inhaling very, very, very softly, yeah. Actually, I wouldn't say to not keep inhaling. I would say to keep inhaling, but very, very, very softly, very slow, so that you have enough time to see, oh, Karta, Purak, right? And if now Nirbhav doesn't come, okay, Nirbhav, wait for it, wait for it. You know it's coming, but you haven't seen it. You keep inhaling, keep inhaling, keep inhaling until you see it all the way to Ajuni. So what happens is that at some point you may feel like you are already full of air. You cannot inhale anymore, but you're still in maybe a kalmurat, right? So the mind sometimes doesn't want to obey, and it will just want to visualize anything else, or you want to think about anything else, and you will start thinking, oh my God, I'm running out of breath, or I'm full of breath and I need to exhale. And you can tell your mind, well, shut up and do what I'm telling you. Do the exercise, visualize the mantra, because until you see the next word, I'm not going to start exhaling. And the same with exhalation. Until you get to Nanako Sivisach, I'm not going to start inhaling. And if you are sincere with the mind, then at some point the mind will realize that either it does what you are asking the mind to do, or you will just pass out. So the mind will have no other choice but to obey. And if you're sincere with this, the mind will come in focus, and then the words will appear exactly as you need them, and you will just be there with the vibration of the sounds. And if the mind tries to get distracted, you stay there, you keep exhaling, you keep exhaling, you keep exhaling, and you have to wait, wait, wait until the mind comes back and in focus, and again, the words come. So hopefully the exercise is clear. Yeah, we are visualizing the Mul mantra, egg on cut all the way to Ajuni, exhaling all the way to the end. And you have to wait until every part of the Mul mantra comes and you are linking it to the breath. All right, so let's try that. The mudra, you can use any mudra. You can use Gyan mudra if you wish. You can use Buddha mudra. I am going to use Buddha mudra myself. So the thumbs together, the right on top of the left. For women, the left on top of the right, on my lap. And we close our eyes. Let's begin with a deep inhale and a deep exhale. And start the visualization. You can go syllable by syllable if you need, or the whole word at once. If you wish to inhale all the way to japa, you can also do that. You feel where it's best for you to begin exhaling. Apart from visualizing, you are also vibrating the mantra within. You are chanting it inside of you. Claro. All right. I don't know if you managed to get to the point where the mind is totally focused or not. Right now, for me, at the beginning, what the mind was resisting. It was the mind was telling me, "Are you sure the recording is going well? Is it, the camera is properly adjusted? What if you lose the connection? You don't even realize." So there was giving me all these weird thoughts. And then at some point, it got tuned in, and it became very easy and naturally flowing, and the words were coming when I needed them to come. And it was quite joyful. It was a lot of fun while being peaceful at the same time. I don't know if you managed to have a similar experience, or maybe you were struggling. Maybe you would have chosen a different place to stop the mantra in the inhale. I like Say Bang because Say Bang is like Ajuni, and Say Bang is like, wow, right? It's like an explosion, Say Bang. And then Guru Prasad is the gift from the Guru, which comes, right? Guru Prasad, Japat, Sajugat, Sahe, Visat, Janakasi, Visat. So I like to make the section in that place. You can feel free to experiment to go, if it was easy, you can do one more mantra to inhale, one more mantra to exhale, or use a longer mantra. Or if it was very hard, you can try a shorter one and see how it feels. But in any case, this is this method of meditation I was thinking of sharing with you today. And anyway, I don't know about this. I'm still getting used to this recording in nature, so I'm not sure whether I was setting everything up properly. I'm not even sure if I was watching the chat or not. But well, thank you for everyone who connected. If you drop a like or you subscribe, thank you to all of you for doing that and sharing this video. And you keep on practicing. Next week, I'm gonna be away. I have I'm gonna be the whole week. I'm gonna be away. I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to record anything. Probably not. But this week on Thursday, I will still be doing the video on Karankriya, continuing the course on number 1. So until Thursday, thank you very much. Stand down.